Welcome back to Naturally Spiritual, where we correlate the spiritual with the natural. I'm Cheryl,
And I'm Sherry.
and we're here talking about restoration, finding those treasures.
Right. I always say it's the thrill of the hunt.
Right.
Because what's valuable to me might not be of value but to you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all about the hunt.
It's all about the hunt,
All
And I'm reminded of when we were young, when we were little, we used to look forward to getting up on Saturday mornings
boy.
because it was a yard sale day,
Yeah,
right? So
exactly.
you could go and find those treasures and don't
Mhm.
mess around and go to a house that had toys.
Right, my boy.
Oh my God,
Jackpot.
jackpot. Look at all these treasures, and so even as adults, we find ourselves finding treasures in
Mhm.
in something someone has discarded,
Right.
especially like the boutiques as we like to call it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We love to go boutique. But when did the young folks start enjoying
Right,
boutique?
right. They love it. It's like you go
Yeah,
in there now, it's so crowded. Like, wow.
right.
And I mean, and they're just happy go lucky looking
Looking
through the stuff because,
right.
you can really find some good stuff.
Right. It used to be so taboo and so,
Right.
that's beneath me to go to
No,
secondhand
not
stores and
now.
stup, but now
N-
we're
We
competing.
are
Look, and you and
competing.
I, we're going now. When did they start? Now,
When did they
when
start? I
these young
mean,
people go get over to the mall.
right. I went one day and there were like six girls and
Together.
together. I mean, and
Hmm.
I was just amazed at how they were going through the racks.
Hmm.
They were looking and they would hold this up and put this with that. And I'm like, oh wow, we would
Right.
have never thought, like as
Never.
you said, taboo for us, but for them, they love it, right?
Right. Tyrus always had a problem with it until he was listening to, he's always listening to the
Right. The
financial
one of those
gurus. Yeah,
podcasts,
he's
yes.
always listening to them. And then so one of the billionaires made a comment and said that
Mm-hmm.
women especially
Mm-hmm.
should go to, the
Boutique,
secondhand
yes.
stores and stuff like that because they only wear their clothes once or twice
Right.
and then they're on to the next. And so he was like, I mean, he never let me buy the kids stuff from there.
Right.
Never let me buy him anything from there. But if I see it and I like it, I'm getting it. And so
Right.
he was like, "Oh, honey, you're on to something," because I heard something like, "Oh, it took a rich man to
To
tell you,
tell you,
but your
right?
wife been telling you that for how many years, and you had a problem with it."
Right.
And he does. He quit bringing other people's junk here. I work so hard. You can go get what you want. I'm
Right.
like, honey,
But
it's the thrill of
it's
the
just
hunt.
the thrill of the hunt. Like
Mm-hmm.
you said, it has
Mm-hmm.
nothing to do with you can't
Can't
afford
afford
it
it,
anywhere,
and that used to be the stigma, but now, it's not.
It's
Like I said,
not.
it's the thrill
It's
of
the
the
thrill,
hunt,
right?
and you can go in there nowadays and find stuff that still have the price tags on it, the
Mm-hmm.
stickers on it, and
Right.
all of that stuff. So
Right.
people, we're afforded that luxury now to be able to go
Mm-hmm.
into stores, malls, whatever, and get it. We like it then, and then it's in our closet for how long without
Right.
us wearing it.
Right.
But everything that's old doesn't necessarily have to be discarded.
Right.
It's those things where you can go in and find a new purpose for them, restore them, and all that
Restore them.
stuff.
And that's even so true. If I could add Isaiah 61:4, it
Hmm.
tells us, and they shall build the old waste.
Okay.
They shall raise up the former desolations,
Okay.
and they shall repair
Repair.
the waste cities,
Okay.
the desolations of many generations, right?
Right.
So what may have worked in the past and someone thought was no
No
longer
longer.
of value or
Hmm.
no longer work,
Hmm.
you can restore, right?
Right, easily. Right. Well, I shouldn't necessarily say because it's not always easy.
Right. It's not always
But
easy.
because sometimes you're like, I should have just started with the new.
Hmm.
But if you take the time and you restore something that's
You will
old,
appreciate it.
oh
You
wow,
see the value
value
in
in
it, and you
it.
appreciate it so much more. And
Hmm.
and I'm so glad that Jesus didn't discard us or
Right,
throw us
us
away.
away.
He
Right.
sees us and he sees the value in us.
Hmm.
And he sees that with a little work and with a little
Oh wow.
determination that we can be made
Oh
so
say it.
new,
Oh say
and
it.
we can someone else can see the value in us
Right. Exactly.
and we could just grow from that and just
Right.
be so much better, right?
Yeah. So daily, we're putting
Right.
down, we're building, we're
Right.
restoring, we're
Restoring,
rebuilding,
rebuilding, right.
repairing.
Right.
So not just yourself, but those around you. So you're
Right.
repairing relationships
Mhm.
that you thought had no value, no
Right.
significance,
Mhm.
just these people don't add anything to me. But
Right.
you can find and you can
You
grow,
can grow
especially if you can sit down and have civil conversations, or if you
right.
can sit
And that's
down.
where it starts with the conversations, because you
We
think about
always
so
say
many,
that, but
yeah,
it's
think
true.
about so
Mm-hmm.
many families that are distant from each other,
Mm-hmm.
and it's sad, and I know
Very
we
much
say it
so.
often, but it's so sad, and it
Mm-hmm.
hurts to see family members not speaking to each
Right.
other when all it takes is a conversation, and it probably can be restored,
Right.
right?
So even if you can't do it amicably amongst each other, amongst friends, or amongst other family members, seek professional help.
Right, right,
In a lot of, I mean, nowadays insurance companies for the mental stability and
right.
they
That's the
offering
big
it
thing.
free.
Yep, that's the
Yeah.
big thing. Mental
Right,
health.
right. It is. So again, just build upon what you thought might not have had value, things that you thought were
Hmm.
just so old and ragged and
Restoration.
decrepit. Yeah, restore,
Hmm.
restoration, restore. We
Hmm.
can't say it enough.
Because I'll tell you one thing, you don't want to wait till it's too late and then you can't, right?
Right, right.
And you don't want that on your heart. You don't want it on your mind. I wish I could. Because I tell you, look, it's real.
Yeah,
Once
mm-hmm.
somebody closes their eyes, there's no more coming back to say, I'm sorry
Right.
or whatever. So and
Mm-hmm.
and look, we may have even gotten off tangent, but I just feel like somebody needs to hear that. You
Mm-hmm.
just you just never know when someone's gonna take their last breath. So,
Right.
if you can repair and restore, please do so,
Right.
right?
And you might think in the natural it's just so far fetched and just
Hmm.
so not unreachable.
Right.
But in the
In the
spiritual,
spiritual
in the
realm, look,
spiritual things are
everything,
restored,
right?
rebuilt, repaired.
Because it's all
It's all
intertwined.
intertwined. So just make it work.
Hmm.
When you actually look at it in the grand scheme of things, everything is all so intertwined and so
Right.
relatable.
Right.
So we're gonna end it there,
Hmm.
and just ask that you guys stay with us a little while longer and go
Hmm.
ahead and like us,
Share us.
leave us some comments.
Talk to us.
Okay, and go ahead and if you like us, hit that subscribe button
Right.
and go ahead and pick up again, as we say, that book,
Naturally
Naturally Spiritual.
spiritual.
Grab your copy. And we hope you guys can have a pleasant evening.
Have a good night.